I'm gonna try to convince you to watch Jojo's Bizarre Adventure in hopefully 6 minutes. Now that we've got that out of the way, Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, or Jojos for short, is basically about an immortal vampire trying to end the Joestar bloodline. All 9 parts talk about the ups and downs of all the individual Joestars and their battles against evil. In this video, we're only going to be covering parts 1 through 7. I'm not going to spoil anything, I'm just going to give a quick rundown of all the parts. For part 1, we have to go all the way back to 1868, where we meet Jonathan Joestar. Jonathan is a very righteous and courageous young man. He's born into a very wealthy family, and one night, unfortunately, returning home from carriage, his mother died, and his father mistook a thief that was trying to steal for them as their hero. So that thief dies, and George Joestar, Jonathan's father, decides to adopt the thief's son, Dio. And for whatever reason, Dio hates Jonathan and is actively trying to end their bloodline for no reason whatsoever. So part 1 is basically how Dio and Jonathan navigate, the relationship between them. Now for part 2, we have to go to 1920, where we meet Jonathan's grandson, Joseph Joestar. Joseph is completely different than his grandfather. He's a more go-with-the-flow kind of guy. He's very silly, makes a lot of jokes, and isn't all that righteous in my opinion. But he has to fight the Pillar Men. The Pillar Men are these agent beings that they want the Stone of Aja to become the ultimate life form. And obviously, they're going to try and rule the world, and that's not a great look for Joseph. So Joseph goes and trains under Lisa and with his friend Caesar to hopefully be able to combat these Pillar Men and keep the world safe. Part 3 is the most recognizable part of JoJo's. That's the part where stands are introduced and they have the cool poses and all the cool stuff and stands, and that's what everybody likes about JoJo's. So it takes place in 1970, and our JoJo for this part is Jotaro Kujo. He's the grandson of Joseph Joestar. And he's a teenager, so he keeps to himself, he's stoic, he's quiet, he's extremely large for his age. I'm gonna try and find a picture, but he's jacked for like a 16-year-old. And in this part, his mom falls ill, and it's revealed that Dio is behind it, the same Dio from part 1. So Joseph and Jotaro, they get a group of friends together and they have to go and find Dio to save his mom before it's too late. And they fight all different kinds of stand users and they get to battle different people. And it's basically a race against the clock to save Jotaro's mom. Now part 4 is a shift in tone from parts 1 through 3. It's a lot more silly and lighthearted. It follows Josuke, who is the son of Joseph. Now, Josuke, he lives in a town called Morio, and a lot of strange things happen in this town. But right now, there's a serial killer, and Josuke and his friends need to figure out how to stop him before he causes more harm. Now, part 4 has a plethora of side characters with crazy stands that do so many cool different things. It's a really cool part, and you might find one of your favorite characters in that part. Part 5 is one of my favorite parts, mainly because of the JoJo of this part. His name is Giorno Giordano. So what makes him so awesome is he's Dio's son. Yes, the same Dio, all the way from part 1 in 1868 that was trying to end the Joestar bloodline. This part follows Dio's son. So obviously Dio's not the best father. He's a terrible person. And Giorno has to grow up alone, and a mob boss actually takes pity on him and helps him out. But as Giorno grows up, he realizes that the mafia and the gangs have changed. They're no longer interested in helping the community, but they're more interested in benefiting from themselves. So Giorno has a great idea at the age of 15 to infiltrate a gang and rise the ranks and make the gang, better and better for the community. But he gets a lot more than he bargained for. It's a really good part. It's probably one of my favorites. You gotta watch it. Part 6 is very underrated in my opinion, and I think you should watch it and figure it out for yourself. It stars Jolene Cujo. That's the JoJo of this part. She's the first female Joestar that we get to meet. And the Joestar fandom unfortunately can be a little misogynistic and not a great place. But I think that's one of the reasons they don't like part 6 is because it has a female JoJo. But watch it for yourself, see if you like it. I just think it's misunderstood. But basically, Jolene, she takes the fall for her boyfriend. He got in a car accident or was driving, basically messed up, so she goes to jail and she meets her father, Jotaro. And they're strange. Jotaro wasn't around a lot, but he always cared for her. And before they can reconcile, he's attacked. And Jolin wants to know what her father's been doing all this time. Why did he just come to visit her now that she's in prison? So basically, it's all about Jolin and how she escapes from the prison and saves her father. Animated part 7. Part 7 came out on March 19th, and Netflix only gave us one episode. They're releasing it in batches, and we have no idea when episode 2 is coming out. There was a trailer release for episode 2, and it said coming sometime in 2026. I don't think we're ever going to get episode 2 of part 7. But I digress. I haven't seen all of it, so this will be a short rundown. Now, spoiler alert! If you are planning to watch all of this, this is a small spoiler for the end of part 6. Okay, so you've been warned. So, part 7 is set in an alternate universe because unfortunately, Jolin couldn't stop the bad guy. His name is Pucci. So basically, Pucci has a stand, and the stand is about to rewrite all of reality, right? And one of Jolin's friends, his name is Imperio, he stops Pucci, but now a whole new universe is rewritten. So all of parts 1 through 6 never happened, but you still have to watch them. You can't skip parts 1 through 6. You still have to watch parts 1 through 6 to watch Steel Ball Run. There's Easter eggs and cool things, but basically this takes place in a whole new alternate timeline. So the Jonathan Joestar we met in 1868, he's different. We have a new Joestar. His name is Johnny Joestar. Okay, spoilers over. All right. Johnny Joestar, he was a famous horse jockey, but he was cocky and he cut in front line at somebody at the movie theater and they shot him and paralyzed him. So he can no longer ride a horse. But then he hears about this cool race that's going across the country. It's called the Steel Ball Run. And when he's there, he meets a mysterious stranger. His name is Gyro. And Gyro has these green spinning balls, and when Johnny touches it, he gains the ability to walk for a little bit. So instantly, Johnny's like, oh my gosh, I need to be able to walk again. I want to be able to ride this. I want to be able to ride a horse. I want to be able to do all the things I could do when I could walk. So he becomes obsessed. And somehow he is able to join the race and he gets his own horse. So now, while he's in the race, he's trying to get to Gyro and figure out how can I walk again. That's basically everything that happened in episode 1. And I'm waiting for episode 2. Netflix, please release it. I need it. Please go watch Jojos. Go harass the Netflix CEO to release part 7. Episode 2 may come release part 7 weekly instead of in batches. Okay, bye. That's all I have. Come here, get close. We don't skip parts. That is unacceptable. Watch part 1 through 6. Then you can start Steel Ball Run.